The Bushcrafty Talks.
Let me go ahead and sit down here. Oh, this is different. Haven't done a Bushcrafty Talks from out here. I've got my little thing set up here already. I don't know how well it is. We'll have to see. I haven't even put it on there, but I made a little dummy thing to where I can check, make sure it's the same size and everything. Seems to be somewhat there. So, it's getting that time. I was out there looking in a couple of beds that I had already cleaned out, because sometimes I let everything decompose a little bit inside the soil and whatnot. Gives a little bit more stuff to the soil, depending on what it is. If it's weeds and stuff, you got to pull those out. But I was looking through the beds there, and I have quite a few deer that's been roaming my backyard. And they probably smell the feed that I give the rabbits, because I look over there and I can see tracks and stuff, and I pick them up on the motion detectors and stuff like that for the security cameras. Nothing big, just a doe and her little, or I think they're called fawns. Yeah, babies. But shows me how much work I got to do. Yeah, I was sitting there thinking the other day, trying to determine where am I supposed to go and whatnot. Continue to look for property, which I will. Continue to look for a bus, an ambulance, a good sized van, a step-in van, any of those things at a very cheap price. Something that I could fix up as I go. Because I see these people, they get these vans and these buses, and then they stick $20,000 into that thing. I'm like, wow, I can't do that. That's too much money. I think I could do it cheaper. The most important things are, insulated. Make sure if there's rust, to get rid of the rust and coat it to where it stops the rusting. And then a bed, somewhere to cook. I could look for some old out of camper trailers and things, the little top cook stoves or something like that, or a whole unit that has a stove and everything with it, and then kind of build around that. Some kind of water system to where I could, wash dishes and things like that. As far as like a shower, I could hook a spigot on the back of whatever the vehicle is, and I could take a shower there. It doesn't bother me. I've had to take showers with 1 gallon water jugs many times, or gas station sinks. So, yeah. The fun part is, it used to be a lot simpler for the van life communities to, find spots to park and whatnot. Nowadays, it's a lot harder because, as everything that would be free, people ruin. So having a good spot to park, you just have to get a little thrifty, I guess. But yeah, that'd be the hard thing. And of course, I would still keep this. And what I'm thinking, since I dislike winter, maybe go down south during the winter months and then come back up during the spring and summer and whatnot. And that way while I'm here, I could do some more work on the vehicle, all that fancy stuff. But again, that's if I find one. Every time I find something, there's usually something wrong with it, and I get a bad feeling when I go check it out, that there's more to the issue than what the person says there is. Sometimes there's little tells that you can tell on vehicles, like for instance, your engine. If you take the dipstick out, you can smell the oil. And if the smell's really burnt or a charred smell, that's a bad sign. You can rub the oil on your fingers, hold it up to the sun, and see if there's metal flakes in it. That's a bad sign. You take the cap off where you put oil in and look at the top of the cap, and if it has a white cream on top, you have water mixed in with your oil. Bad sign. Similar things with the transmission. A lot of places, like, people try to, if there's a leak, they mix sawdust in with the transmission fluid so it stops the leak temporarily. But like, again, if you take that out, smell it, smell if it's burnt, again, rub it on your skins and see if you can see anything within that transmission fluid. When somebody puts like a sealant in stuff, a lot of times it's foamy, and you find that out. There's a lot of different things you have to look at. Look how the tires are being rubbed. If they're uneven, it's worn out in the middle or something like that. Transmission, you always go drive, reverse, reverse without moving. Have your foot on the brake and see how long it takes to switch gears. And if there's a delay in it, once you do it 3 to 4 times, then there's an issue. Yeah. That is something to think about. And I've been looking for a wood stove. I found a perfect one, but the person never answers their post on Facebook Market. That's the only thing I use Facebook for, is Facebook Market. I pretty much have everything locked up. I don't have invites or anything on there because there's a bunch of weird people on Facebook. But behind that panel right there is already a section, a hole and everything for a stovepipe to go out. So, and I think there's a hole in somewhere in here. Can't see. Thought there was a hole up here somewhere. There's kind of one there. And it's somewhere in here. I remember it being here somewhere. I don't see it right now. But anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this here. just a little Bushcrafty talks out in the garage. Until next time, God bless and never give up.